Okay. Okay. I don't know what the problem is now. There we go. Test. Can you hear me, resume?
Yeah, yeah.
Test.
Morning.
Or are they about to mess with my audio again? Yo. Yo. Test. What up? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the only place that you're guaranteed to not be a loser. Let's call this the Chicken Factory. Welcome to the weekly watch list. It's your boy FICO Jordan. Let's get into it.
Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. We going straight to the moon. Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. We going straight to the moon. I made 1,000%. Cut the reverse of the deal.
Pack. What's good? Where my dogs at? It's your boy FICO Jordan back here again. We a little short on the team, but we gonna put up 50 anyway. I got the boy, Mr. Check My Resume in the building. What's good?
Gang, gang. What's good, Pat?
What up, bro? And I got the big
Hey.
bro, Boss Gang VIP. What's popping?
What's good, man? Just over here sipping out of my UPS coffee mug, ready to get it going.
Yo,
Ready to
yo,
get it
yo,
going.
yo. Ladies
Let's
and
get it, man.
gentlemen, we here to give you heat fire, give you an update on potentially, no, guarantee where the money resides. We do this week in, week out. The year anniversary is getting ready to come up for the gang. Ladies and gentlemen, bros, how y'all feel about, you know, 1 year about to be in the books?
Man, man, it's beautiful. I mean, I'm loving the progression of the team, the members. You know, like the wins are being put together back to back to back. You see the growth, you see the dialogue, like the evolution of the members. So yeah, man. You know, all I'm thinking in the back of my mind is raise them rates. Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Right.
Yo, so boss gang,
Man,
1 year.
yeah, man, it's just crazy where we started. Just as far as this was never even an intention, it was never even a thought. And it's just how everything kind of grew organically. Which was, it was crazy to think we hadn't even done any promotions. So a lot of it was actually the growth is just based on people learning, people growing, the culture that we have, that we set of accountability, and then prioritizing education and just the community overall. Making sure everybody's treated with respect. I think a lot of those things, help establish us and help us grow the right way organically. We got people here for the right reasons, so that's pretty dope. And so everybody's strong. We see that growth mentally. People coming up with actual plans for the trades and learning how to know how much they're going to make before they get into the trades and asking less financial advice-ish questions. So,
Yeah, that's a good point.
right, what should I do with my money?
Right.
I'm up 500% and all that kind of So it's been a
Man.
good year for sure.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, April the 1st will be the 1 year anniversary birthday for Alpha Pack Trading Group. I got to give a shout out to all the bros, even the two that couldn't be here this morning. I want you to make sure that you like, subscribe, click the notification bell to make sure that you don't miss any more content that we have coming out in the future, especially coming into this week. We have a new update for my $500 ride along. And we have Crypto Academy, which is every Wednesday, and some more stuff coming here down the pipeline in the future. Big things happening going into our 1 year. We growing up, dog years. So we 7, something like that. All right, let's go ahead and get straight into it. Just want to kind of give you an update on where things are headed, where things came from this past week. Let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Bow. Okay, let's see. Let's get some. All right. So, as we seen last week, it was Chop City for a lot of the indices, to be honest, majority of them. I know that many people were trying to be very biased to one particular side of the chart. For the most part, if you were not where the money resides, and even in that case, a lot of things didn't go necessarily to plan for many people, especially if you weren't a stratter. People were coming out with some green moments, I guess you could say. But for the most part, in order to be consistent, you needed to definitely read where price action was headed. So let's see right here. Let's go ahead and get into these sectors. For the most part, let's see. Bam. My dog's outside. It's cool. She just going to have to scratch. Um, let's see. So for materials, we do have full time frame continuity to the downside. My bearish candles are white. We don't see red over here. It is what it is. Communications getting flushed. Full time frame continuity to the downside. Now, if you have been paying attention to the month, upper left corner, you would have known that. 2-2 reversal, take him out. Bow. PMG on the month that's going to be headed to the downside. You could have been making a lot of chicken, which is going to be represented in giving you another POV. If you don't got as much patience, some things that you might want to be looking towards if you don't want to swim against the current this week. XLE, we do have continuity to the upside outside of the fact that we did have a red 4 hour, but we're not really concerned about that. We are green on a quarter, green on a month, green on a week, green on a day. XLF looking like full time frame continuity to the downside. XLI Industrials full time frame continuity to the downside. XLK full time frame continuity to the downside. Staples, same thing. Yes, full time frame continuity to the downside. You're seeing a lot of bearish movement. You can see where they're taking the money out of. Real estate, same situation, did have a green week. Now, same thing happened with XLU. As you can see, though, on the month, they tried to sell it out, bought it right back up. So we do have a hammer on the month. So we got a little conflict, green on the week, but could flip continuity back to the upside. Pay very close attention to utilities. I know we had some members 2 weeks ago that were smacking on utilities heavy. Let's see. Full time frame continuity to the downside, healthcare. And for discretionary, same situation. Boss Gang VIP. Tell me, tell the gang, tell the pack, tell the world what the almanac says going into this week, for what the market is looking like. And I'll let my dog in.
Cool. What up? I'm excited for this week coming up. As usual, it's always a lot of opportunity to make money. We just got to be diligent. We got to come up with plans, and we got to make sure where the money resides. Right now, the fear of greed index, we're sitting at about 14. So the fear and greed index is really, really, really low, which means there's tons and tons of fear in the market right now. Interesting information came out. U.S. senators sent a bipartisan letter to the Biden administration asking the president to invoke the Defense Production Act to accelerate production of battery materials that are needed to power electric vehicles, which is pretty crazy. I want to see what kind of effect that has on the market going forward. As far as the almanac's concerned, the Monday before triple witching, Dow has been up 24 of the last 34. 2020 was down 12.9%. That was the worst day since 1901. I'm sure many people remember that. Many people got to the meeting into stocks after that. Important events this week. We got FOMC meetings on March 15th and 16th. So we're going to keep an eye on that price action during this week. Overall, the market is historically bullish to finish out the first half of March. What that means is that the S&P has been up over 60% of the time, which also means it's been down 40% of the time. So we're going to keep those things in mind. We have St. Patrick's Day on Thursday. Typically, when a lot of these holidays come, people are in bullish mood, so they tend to spend money on these days. Friday, again, it's the last day with all these options expiring at the same time. So we want to be conscious of the money rotation and make sure that we are being diligent in all of our decision making. With that being said, we're going to have a good week. This is Outback. This is what we do. We get money. Back to you, Michael.
Absolutely. Okay, so just to kind of jump straight into things, keep you guys for not much time. We don't have many church announcements for the week. I'll jump straight into what I am looking at. Let's see. Bam, bam. All right, I'll start out with some of the more bear setups that I'm kind of looking at right now. It's only a few that really seem to have my attention. Just to kind of give you a different side of the coin if you want to pay attention to that. Right now, I'm looking at Target for bear setup. Does have a gap to fill coming down to about 199.50ish range. Obviously, you can see this filling the gap here. It went through very aggressively, but we're looking for a 2-2 reversal in the week with a target of about 181.41. But we'll go ahead and deal with the gap first. So back down to about 199.50. Basically, take a marker of the high wick of February the 28th. That'll be the first target that you're dealing with headed down. There's no telling that they're going to flush it for a full 3-2 all the way down. You do not know where they're going to see value in the price. So make sure you're watching the price action on the day, even though you're taking that weekly reversal and that entry at, let's see, at 206.97 will be the trigger for your 2-2 week. Also, I'm looking at Lowe's, LOW. Lowe's has a shooter on the day coming off of what looks to be, man, it's crazy how that week turned out. But my chart was saying inside week. I don't know if the bros have that. Maybe I could have verified, but I'm thinking the way the price action ended up coming out, yeah, it's flat. So with the inside week now, it looks like they're trying to buy it up because you've seen there was a resistance level. If you look from the week of May the 3rd, where it flattened out. So I'll be paying attention to that, where that shooter is. Don't want to get caught up in the chop. Just basically going to be paying attention to that because it still is an inside quarter. Here, let's go ahead and I realize I'm looking at the quarter, month, day, and not the week. There we go. That's what I seen. All right. So inside week, that was red. And currently still inside month, so you don't want to get caught in that chop. That was kind of the issue that was going with a few of the other setups, especially if you're looking at ES. It up, down, and you don't want to get caught in that. My other setup is a 2-2 push down on the week on Best Buy that is currently in a shooter month, looking to go outside to the downside. So you have an inside week to the downside, and that target after trigger of hard close. So we're at 94.59 is going to be your trigger, whereas that low is going to take you to the week of February the 22nd. Now, my $500 ride along challenge, I'm currently basically mainly in Energy and Kroger, K. Roger. Right now, one of the things that I like, I can't add more, but something you definitely want to pay attention to because of its run up. I'm certain the bros have this on their list. Bros, do you guys, y'all have Occidental Petroleum? Do y'all have Oxy on the list?
I think it's going to be bullish. I don't, it's a continuation, so I don't have it on my list for this week. But yeah, I'm bullish as hell. Though. Yeah, I'm super bullish.
So
I'm bullish on it. Yeah, no question.
So we're
Yeah.
very bullish on Oxy. Obviously, as of all oil, don't get caught in the pump fake. It's obviously, the market was trying to trick you to tell you that, things were potentially trying to turn around. You see exactly what that was going to get you. It's going to have retracements. It just is what it is. So we're going to have rallying days that are going to sell right off towards the end. If you pay attention to it, continuity is everything. We are red on the day, the week, inside month still pushing down. Now, it's still near the bottom of what could be a broadening formation on the month. It just is what it is. Right now, I'm in SLB. Um, I am in VLO, and for the most part, that's pretty much where the list runs dry. Mr. Check My Resume, Boss Gang VIP. Regarding the sentiments around oil and the fact that uh, Joe Byron decided to, the House presented the bill to basically stop the import Russian oil this past week. What do you think that says? Now that we kind of had a week, you notice all these oil stocks are starting to squeeze like crazy this past week. If people didn't have time and they was jumping in late, they definitely got caught, lacking. Where do
Mm-hmm.
y'all see things going from here? I mean, I could tell
Yeah,
you where I
man.
see things going.
Yeah. I mean, from the time they announced that they opened up 60 million barrels or whatever the case may be, the automatic thought process, and we talked about it on the call, was like, we're gonna get some short-term bearish activity. They're relieving the buying pressure on oil stocks. It's not saying it's bearish. It's just there's going to be some corrective activity to release some of that buying pressure. The oil prices was going up too fast, so they've got to regulate that. That don't stop nothing about the sentiment, the bullishness. We coming up on expiration week, so they're gonna chop and screw it, shake people out, and we getting ready for the next pop. Really, is my thought. I mean, we might get another week of shakiness. Maybe some of those oil stocks are gonna go. I mean, they're gonna go up again. They're gonna go two up next week, but I'm just saying, like overall, once we get past this expiration month, we're gonna rip you again. It's gonna squeeze and pop. So that's my take on it.
What about you, Boss Gang?
Yeah, oil is not going anywhere. I encourage people to chart things out. So chart out things like XLE overall the sectors. Go start looking at the macro. Start from the year, zoom out on the charts, and then go
Work your way
go
down.
to those quarters and
Mm-hmm.
work your way down, and that'll give you a good idea of what kind of price action we're looking for in the future. I'm a
Bet.
price action guy. I just look at the price. I just look at the price action,
Yeah.
and that tells me what I
Yeah.
need to know.
Right. Well, Boss Gang, what you looking at this week?
Cool. So I'm gonna have a pretty um, simple list, and it's gonna have some speculative stuff in here. I want to keep an eye on, especially with the bipartisan um, bill for the electric vehicle materials. To me, things like that can turn the market around very, very quickly, um, and can turn around sectors very, very quickly. So a few things I'm going to be looking at. It's crazy because I was looking at VIX, and it's really, really, really chopped right now on VIX. So it could go up, VIX can go down. It's crazy. Of course, we got the Fed meetings, and people are all interested about interest rates for the Fed meeting. So I'm going to look at what's been really, 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 really strong and what's been thriving in this market, which is these precious metals. Just to start off with, these precious metals have the cleanest charts you can find as far as consistently going in the direction that they need to go. So the first thing I'm gonna open up with is Steady Eddie Silver SLV, and I'm just simply looking for triggers on SLV above 2403. So to me, Steady Eddie Silver, the precious metals with the interest rates and everything coming, these have been as consistent port builders as you can find. You can look at a lot of these different gold ETFs. You got GDX. You even got something like Nugget NUGT gold, which is something I'd be looking at above $71.87 on gold. One of the beautiful ones that I keep mentioning I got from Mr. Check My Resume is this Wheaton Precious Metals WPM. And people know I'm big on these precious metals, and I have been and big on materials just overall. And again, I'm one of these people. I just zoom out on these charts, and I'm looking at these macros and looking at where we sit in this historical price action and what the upside is and what the sentiments that we have around the globe are. So definitely want to keep those in mind. Always, I'm going to be looking at Vale 1958. I'm not even going to wait till week highs on that. Vale, things like that tend to gap up. So there's going to be a ton of lithium plays that have a ton of potential, a ton of material plays, and I'm sure Resume will have a couple of those. I can read his brain kind of. You don't even know that. If any of this stuff comes up with electric vehicles, so we got to keep an eye on these American electric vehicles. Got to keep an eye on Ford. Got to keep an eye on GM. Don't really got a choice with that. If Ford goes bullish, I'm looking at it above $16.92. Don't go too heavy. I'll be trying to take some starters. I had already got like an ill-timed long position starter for it that I'm holding right now. Don't feel bad about it at all. GM, I'll be looking at that above 42.84. The charts are definitely bearish. We've seen, a lot of these stocks getting beat down, but it only takes one day for everything to turn back green. If they decide to start buying it up. A couple of these other XLIs I'm going to keep an eye on. FedEx above 220.41 and UPS above, what's this, 209.77. If I have on UPS, let me make sure. 209.77. Yeah. Oh, 209.17. Sorry. So UPS 209.17 is what I'll be looking for, a back on a break to the upside. So I want to see what kind of impact these materials have this week. So my thought process is try to play on potentials and industrials and precious metals. Of course, with these materials, lithium plays, and anything can turn around in a snap. And the precious metals for an inflation hedge, overall, they've been consistent. And with VIX, it's been very, very choppy. So it's hard to pick a direction. SPY has fallen, we know. And I guess a little bit back, I talked about, I don't know how much SPY will necessarily fall beyond the lows, but we may have what we've been having, which is continuous choppiness. And I mentioned this could last for months. So it's going to be a lot of finding where the money resides. And even like Michael said earlier, even if you pick plays to the downside, you don't actually know at what point that they'll start buying, get caught in a lot of this chop. So I'm being cautious this week going into it. And then I'm going to be meticulous with my decisions. So hopefully this helped you guys out. That's all I got this week. Back to you, FICO.
Yes, sir. Mr. Check My Resume. What you looking at this week, bro?
Man, first off, man, you thinking the same on these put setups. I think I'm right in the same line of thinking with you on BBY and Target. So I won't touch on those too much. I did have one more.
That's crazy though, because it's the first week we both didn't show up with puts.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah. So both of those, I had three put tickers that I was looking at, and there was two of them, and the third one was Lucid. Similar setup though. Looking for 212 down on the week. We got a shooter week. We already got continuity to the downside, so I'm just hopping on the falling train, hopping in the falling ship, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, we get that level below 2261 for entry on Lucid. Inside month shooter pushing down. Look like we'll go 2 down on the month. um, below 21.77. So yeah, it looks like we finna fall hard. So I got those on my watch for the puts. I did have a couple upside setups. Kind of, I guess you could say, I always got a couple outliers. So the first one, and it looks like the healthcare stocks. The first one I'm talking about is AbbVie. Um, Despite all this stuff that's going on, AbbVie just keep moving on up. Um, I'm liking the way everybody sets up. Gave us the inside week this week. Full time frame continuity to the upside has not been disrupted by what the hell's going on in the world. They doing their own thing. I like that relative strength that's being shown out of AbbVie. So yeah, I like AbbVie first on my list for next week. Oh, let me give you your levels. But yeah, we got that inside week above 150.75, and we're two up on the month, two up on the quarter, in the year as well, more than likely. So yeah, I mean, AbbVie looks solid, looks strong. Sticking to healthcare, I'm gonna take a look at shout out to Boss Game VIP, BMY, Bristol Myers. We also had an inside week on Bristol. Really like the macros. Like Boss Game talks about a lot. Like you need to look at your macros, see what your larger time frames are looking like. But again, we got full time frame continuity. We were red this week, but it was an inside week, and as you can see, we hit lows around 67.33 and price pushed up Thursday and Friday. So I'm looking for a price to continue pushing upwards and break that, give us a 212 on the week above 69.49. We're about 60 cents away from that target now on BMY. So yeah, I again full time frame continuity to the upside on the macros has not really been affected by all this downside bearish movement. Next one I have staying again in healthcare. Seems like healthcare is the one. AZN AstraZeneca. This one right here would probably be one that I feel like needs to get out of a chop level. Um, we do have a clear setup. We have a little bit of conflict on this one. We've got to turn the month back green at 62.64. I'm sorry, 62.23. But we had a very strong week last week. Looking to reverse above 61.01 would be a level for entry. But what I'm really paying attention to is like ultimate chop level in the words of like Boss Game VIP. If it can get above that 62.64 level, then BMY is out of here. But the setup for entries at 61.01, 62.64 is kind of that ultimate chop level. Once it gets past that point, it's out of there. So uh, AZN sets up nice. This was one of those tickers that one of my first wins as a trader was on AZN. Definitely like that. It's got a little soft spot. And the last one I have only had one other ticker, and it threw me for a loop when I was looking at it. But with the security and all of that, and that's Crowdstrike. Um, not something I would typically put out this time of year, but um, just a little outlier. We do have a major conflict. Most of the continuities to the downside. I did see this 2 down week hammer. It intrigued me also with the cybersecurity kind of news and everything that's going on with that. I it just kind of piqued my interest. So I'm gonna keep my eye on CrowdStrike above 198.67. I would really like it to cross that 205.68 level. So I'm gonna be monitoring CrowdStrike. I want to see what it does. But those are all the tickers I have. I did want to add a couple other things. Well, one other thing is that I just put it in the chat as well. I did a little research on the defense bill. There was a last minute defense bill that went out a couple days ago or this week. It was 728.5 billion. I think the actual total was around like I don't know 900. There's some other monies involved, but there's a 728.5 billion of that money that's coming through that bill is defense related, and it's going to building Navy ships. Shout out Mr. Monopoly. They building 13 new Navy ships and a couple aircrafts. What do you call it? F-18s. So yeah. So we got some defense money. LMT. We we get a little extra boost. But yeah, we're gonna get some submarines, some missile destroyers, some fleet oilers, medical ships, ocean surveillance ships. So we just, we beefing
What
up
we
some of our
preparing for?
marine.
Shit.
Yeah, I got a list of everything that's being broken out in here.
Dang.
They got fighter planes and everything that's on this thing. They got aviation and the ships part of this. So yeah, so that's why I say LMT for sure. Any other defense stocks like Raytheon, Northrop Grumman, take a look, do some research. But yeah, we got big money flowing into this one again. And again, I try to tell y'all there's only like 15 to 25 of them stocks. So it's very like specific where that money goes. But with that, I'm gonna pass it back to you, FICO.
Dang. That's what's up.
You know what? I actually something. I don't know how this slipped my mind. We've been making a killing. Fuel cell. We've been making an absolute killing
Oh
on
yeah.
fuel cell. I don't know how these plays slip my mind with some of this alternative energy stuff. Fuel cell above 734 full time frame continuity. We've been eating a ton of magnitude on there, so want to make sure we.
Was
I don't know. Didn't want to get out
was
there
this week
without
or
mentioning.
last
But
week
that's all
or
I
the week
got. That's all I
before?
got. That's all I got.
Was this week or the week before when we took fuel cell? Was it earlier this week?
Last week, the week
Last
before.
week. Okay.
Week before it was a Thursday. It was off the
Yeah.
Thursday drop. It was maybe $4 and
Okay.
70 some cent. Got July calls and we're just instantly in the money stock up. I don't know 20, 30. I don't know 40% since we got in. I don't know 20, 30. Just outrageous.
Right.
I don't know 671. Whatever that math is, whatever that adds up to is a lot. I don't know. It's outrageous.
Dang. That's what's up.
Yeah, man. Oh, and
Okay.
shout
I
out to
see it.
everybody selling them snap puts because they are printing now.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a little bit of a bear suit on this week. You know what I'm saying? I'm still long oil and stuff, but I got a specific plan for this ride along. I need some pace. A little hastiness to it. So I'm about to be y'all. They probably gonna see a little bit more, far more put plays. You know what I'm saying? From me personally, but if you are in the pack, make sure that you check out the channels of Wealthy Soon and Investing for Legacy. I'm certain that they were going to keep you up to date on the plays and things that they're looking at. Don't think because they're not here that they're not working. They're definitely going to have plays for you all to see and kind of give you a POV on what they're looking at for the rest of the week. But, bros, before we get out of here, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you like, subscribe, and click the notification bell for a lot of the information and content that we have coming out in the future. I kind of think we might need to give something away for the birthday. I don't know. Usually people receive gifts, but y'all know we give on a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month basis.
I like that.
We tend to give away chicken, but we have to think of something. I think a giveaway would be dope, man. Hit the like button, bro, if y'all think we should just give something away to celebrate. That'd be dope, especially to the community. Alpha Pack Trading Group we have the most fire community, bro. It make it easy to do what we do because of the members. That positivity that they come in and the eagerness to learn, bro. Like they really want to be better and not just like ride on the coattails of our call outs. The stuff our members call out, the stuff that they be looking
Up
at.
here.
Yeah. Dog, I put our group some elite. We got some people that's gonna be some elite traders, and some people that are well on their way. The improvement that's happened over the last 90 days, last 6 months, it's unreal, man. I'm super proud to be able to trade alongside these people, man. It's super dope. But before we get out of here, you got anything for them?
Nah,
Have a great
main
week.
thing for me. Yeah. Yeah. Enjoy the weekend. Look like it's gonna be bearish.
Yeah, we got about 5 inches of snow, so I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going
Okay.
nowhere.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put the meat on the grill. Put the meat on the grill.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we are out of here. Peace.
Peace.